You mentioned you talk about submission on your TikTok account. What is the general response you get?
Women hate it. They'll say something like, this is misogyny, or understanding what submission is in the context of a healthy relationship. They think submission and they think, oh, being a slave or lowering yourself for a man, or being at his beck and call, or having no opinions. When submission in a relationship isn't about that at all, it really means that you're just trusting a man's leadership and that you respect him to the point where even when you have disagreements, you're not nagging, you're not shouting at him, you're not emasculating him. So when women understand that, and the word in itself, submissive, it triggers people.
So I know you said, you mentioned you had to deprogram a lot of that stuff. What was like the turning point for you?
The turning point for me was when I built my own business. I scaled it very successfully. And because I got so much praise for it, I kept thinking, okay, my value to a man comes from how much money I make. The more money I make, the more they're going to see me as different from the other women. So the turning point for me was when I looked at my history of dates and thought to myself, why is it that no men like me? What if it's not the man's fault? What if it's my fault? So then I started reading books on dating and books on men so I could understand men and women. And the common theme that kept coming up was that masculine men don't like masculine women. They like a woman who's in touch with her feminine and a woman who's open to receiving. So then I started making those changes in myself. And that's when I actually got a boyfriend.
That's really powerful because most people want a healthy, successful relationship, but they never research or read books on healthy, successful relationships. And most women want a man that is able to lead. They want a masculine man, but then if they're not going to be submissive to somebody who's leading, then it doesn't actually make sense if they're not going to be submissive. So if a woman is like, okay, well, I don't want to be submissive, well, then what you're saying is you want a man that is equal or below you.
Yeah.
But then they'll go, no, but I need a man that makes 6 figures. But you don't make 6 figures. So this doesn't actually make sense.
Yeah. Not to mention, submission is a very beneficial thing for the woman too. If you're super career driven, if you're making a ton of decisions, if you have to lead a team in your business, don't you want to relax when you're outside of business and let a man handle things? I also think, to add on to what you said, people suck at taking accountability. We always ask ourselves, on my TikTok, so I post dating stuff for women. A lot of women will comment saying, oh, where do you find your boyfriend? Where can I find these men? All men are trash. But no woman saying, what do I need to do in order to attract a better quality man?